Good morning, my friends. Today I brought something in my basket that I have to carry from the bottom because it makes my basket too heavy for the handles. And it's mostly just because it's so much weight concentrated in one thing. Oh. What do you think about when you think about what your strengths are? And sometimes when we think about strength, all we can think about is having big old muscles. And when we talk at church about how we're going to use our strengths to help other people, sometimes we think about, well, how many food pantry boxes can I lift? Or how many little old ladies can I walk across the street? Or in what ways can I go and build or construct a house somewhere? Or lift medical supplies or carry any of these things? And the truth is that our strengths are a lot more than just what we can carry or what we can bear or what we can move around. When we talk about our strengths at church, it doesn't mean that you have to be a super athlete. There are strengths of your body, but there are also strengths of your mind. In what ways can you think about God well? Think about others, pray for others, learn more about the world and justice and yourself. And then there are spiritual strengths. And we often don't talk about those very much at all. We ask, how are we going to use our strengths? And we start thinking about how we can lift weights and how we can do all these things by going on mission trips. But the truth is that some of the most magical and profound ways that we use our gifts may be listening to someone else, or sitting with someone else when they need someone to be with them. To be able to sit with someone while they're going through something hard is a spiritual gift. To be able to find new hope even when everything is starting to look real bad, that is a spiritual strength. To be able to have compassion for someone else, which means that you see the good in them even if they didn't behave so nice or so good, can change someone's life. And that doesn't mean that you need to go anywhere or do anything special. It just means that we use everything, all those skills, all those talents, every day to serve God, to love people really well, and to leave this earth better than we found it. So this week, I hope that you start thinking about your strengths. And maybe you're thinking about all the ways you can lift big weights or run real fast. Maybe you're thinking about the ways that you have memorized every single place on the United States map, all the capitals and all the states. Maybe you're thinking about the ways that you have been reading a really good book that's changing the way that you see the world. Maybe you're thinking about the ways that you've sat with your friends, that you have paid attention and been kind to your teacher on virtual school because you know that they're trying really hard. Maybe it's the ways that you have been there for your parents and given them a hug. And maybe it's the way that you've been kind to yourself, sat with yourself, and prayed with God, and stayed close to Jesus during this time. You have amazing strengths. You don't have to grow up to have strengths. You have strengths right now that God and you can work together and use to make the world better. And that's one of the coolest parts of being alive and being a person, is that no matter what you look like, no matter where you come from, no matter what your body does or does not do, God has given you gifts to serve the world. And it's up to you, it's up to me to use them, to do the best that we can. Thanks be to God for all of our strengths.